Good morning, guys. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the new trading week, and I am Dan from Trading with Dan. That's the one. I forgot who I was for a second then. Dan from Trading with Dan, and this is our Bitcoin morning update. So we shall go straight over to those charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. You can see we tried to get below this resistance. This old resistance, new support. Tried to get back below this old resistance. Testing it out as new support, and so far so good. So far it's holding up quite well, so that's obviously good to see. It is good, yeah, it's good to see. I am intrigued as to what point, if we start to move upwards, will be the actual trigger for the move up to, well, the mid 40Ks, because I am as of yet undecided exactly where probably is the best place for this top side resistance, like the macro, this major range that we're in. Obviously I've got this one drawn here around the 38K, but there's obviously an argument. There's an argument for basically where we've got the short-term level here. Actually, there's an argument for here around this level. I say level, but like a range from here to here. So yeah, I mean, obviously, what I'm saying, I'm intrigued, because obviously, whenever we do take that level out and do accelerate, then I would obviously know what that level was. But yeah, it's unclear at the moment to me exactly where it would be. But yeah, I mean, if we actually drew a horizontal from here with the top side of there, that would make sense. But I'm not going to clutter the charts with anything, especially that I'm not too particularly sure about at the moment anyway. So all we can really do is just watch the price action. Just look at the levels we do have. We do know that we have this level here, tested it here, broke above it and back tested it here. So we know we've got this zone here, and then obviously we know we've got this horizontal here, which is just the previous high, and then we know we've got this previous high, and then obviously we know we've got the overall target that we are gunning for at some point. So does Bitcoin literally move all the way up from 30k straight to 40k and then break through and carry on upwards in one swift move, or do we make our way from 30k up to 40k and then pull back, maybe test the middle of the range around 35k, consolidate, build a head of steam, and then break up? One of those scenarios is potentially more likely, just based on just observing previous price action in all markets, than the other. Obviously, that scenario being consolidating sideways or downwards, and then having a move up. Obviously, if we do that, if we take out 35k then and close like 4 hour above candles below there, then we'll pretty much be looking at a move to the bottom of the range again, and then we'll have to hold our breaths again. But realistically, I think the likelihood, and so this is the when I say something is the likely scenario, that doesn't mean it's more than 50% likely to happen. So it's not like the probable scenario, it's just the most probable out of various scenarios, that obviously all would add up to 100%, but not necessarily any one of them being over 50%. So but yeah, so I think what could be likely here is that we either trade sideways here, so basically below this below 42, and to be honest 38. I mean, a range between 42 and 38, that is a decent range. That is a decent level, and that would be that if we do consolidate there, that would look good then for a break onwards and upwards. But obviously we've got to also watch out for potentially losing this 38k and then coming and testing the 35k and trading out a range here, maybe even a range. We're trading out a range here, and then see if we break back up and then break back up again. So it will be a very interesting week. We've obviously got those Ethereum futures this morning as well, starting. So see what effect that has on the market. Speaking of which, over to Ethereum. Not a lot happening here. You can see this is the Satoshi pairing. We broke above our level, back tested it, broke above, and then actually broke back below. Came and tested our lower level. Straight back to the other level we broke down from again, tested the lower level again, a bit more of a stern test this time, but are bouncing off it again. So currently we're in a sort of downward trend on this 4 hour time frame anyway. We've got the high low, and then are we going to put in a lower high here, or are we going to come in and take out this horizontal here, at which case things would look particularly good again for this Satoshi pairing, and then Ethereum can probably really get going. Bitcoin dominance as well whilst we're here, as you can see, coming down again, had that move up but has subsequently lost that important level now, back below it. So I mean, this is clearly a short-term level for us to take out for more acceleration to the downside now. Yeah, we didn't look at the Ethereum USD pairing, because that's not how much attention I realistically paid to it. But yeah, we are back above this horizontal here, so will we trade out this sideways in this range for a bit before we break to the upside? Yeah, potentially. Obviously, we don't want to be coming back below this level, or certainly not below this level, but we do have this, if I can extend the correct horizontal, we do have this horizontal to look out for. If we do in fact come lower again, we'd want to for sure be holding this level. But yeah, but Ethereum generally speaking looking good. Maybe there was a bit of a muted rally off this break of this ascending triangle, just due to apprehension around CME's launching for Ethereum and what they will do. But yeah, we'll see. US 10-year still creeping up. At some point this is going to weigh on the market. Higher interest rates, maybe not necessarily crypto markets so much, but just more debt laden real markets, because don't forget crypto isn't necessarily debt laden. So this could start to weigh on actual stock markets and things. So yeah, we've got to watch out for that. DXY is another one we've got to watch out for. Very nicely come down to our horizontal. You can see we've got drawn, having a bit of a bounce off that at the moment. But then getting rejected by the underside of this trend line. So have we had one of those famous bump and runs where we bumped above, come back below, and now we're going to absolutely slam to the downside? Potentially. So we shall have to keep an eye on that. What is probably going to happen is that they're going to hold off with the as much Fed balance sheet expansion as they can as this creeps up, and then when it starts to get a bit too not looking. When it starts to become a bit more problematic than it currently potentially starting to look like, then they will probably step in with the Fed balance sheet expansion, in which case this should potentially come back down again. So, but at the moment, they're clearly just trying their luck at the moment, seeing how high this can go before it starts to actually really affect stock markets and maybe adversely affect the dollar as well, with a strengthening dollar. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But we are looking good overall in Bitcoin. So we shall have a look, finally look at those stochastics, see what they are telling us, see what they're looking like. 4 hour had a nice pullback here, as you can see, coincided with this consolidation, and now is looking to turn back to the upside. 10 hour, I'm guessing these are starting to potentially come back down. Yeah, 10 hours coming back down again. Have got a trend line here that we could potentially come down and test, but at the moment it's coming down. 12 hour is turning back over as well. Daily getting up there, and then things start to look great again in the higher time frames, but then we kind of know we're sat at basically about 40k. We are clearly in a longer term upward move. So 2-day obviously looking good, 3-day turning back up, 5-day looking to turn back up, weekly looking to turn back up, bi-weekly looking-ish to turn back up. Obviously this is an oil tanker of a stochastic, and monthly still basically pointing up. So I mean, the read off that basically for me is just more is consolidation at this level. Consolidation up here, but obviously we got a clear defined level below. It doesn't matter, does it, how often you've seen me, I've straightened this a few times, and it just seems to end up not being in the right place again. It's bizarre, but yeah, you can see yeah, we can consolidate in this range up here, anywhere basically between 42 and 38. So that is a 4k range. That is a 4k range. Don't forget Bitcoin not long ago was at 10k, so 4k range is 40% of the price. So yeah, we've got a 4k range up here we could potentially be consolidating in before. I mean, maybe we'd then get a test to the downside to the middle of the range, 35k, fake out a few people that thought we were going to move straight up, and then we can blast up. That would look very nice. That would also form a sort of ascending triangle here on this larger time frame. So yeah, something to consider, some pure crystal ball speculation there. Obviously, the flip side to all of this is we can just catapult straight to the upside. Clearly, that can happen. 46k targets, 52ish, 58, nearly 60k targets. So, but do I think that is going to happen? I mean, I always err on the side of these moves, these sideways taking their time basically. I mean, if we go over to a weekly, try and try and sort my chart out so we can. Oh gosh, do I even use TradingView? If we kind of do look, Bitcoin can spend a long time in sideways markets. Obviously, when it is trending, it can still get trending, but I mean, sideways for a while there, sideways for a while here. So yeah, we can trade sideways for a prolonged period, which is potentially what we could be. Here we go, that's the one, what we could be expecting, well, we're literally between this 40 and 30k range, but certainly between this 4k range or the top half of this range. So that is it, guys. Again, happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for listening, and I shall speak to you guys later on today.